Today, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. Jalen Hurts and the Minnesota Vikings taking on Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned as that will be a touchback. Well, the 49ers getting ready to go on offense, and it's the Pro Bowler Brock Purdy at the helm in his third NFL season now out of Iowa State.
And the great story of Brock Purdy continues. Had he been drafted in the first round, I think people would be singing his praises to the skies, but for whatever reason, people can't let go of the fact he is Mr. Irrelevant, and they don't give him the credit he deserves. He is not just a system quarterback. He's a guy who enhances his team. Not just along for the ride, he's the one steering the ship, and without him, their ceiling significantly drops.
And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. We know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
And hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that number 1 spot.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. This defense for the Vikings, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
A gain of 7, and they pick up the first. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
On first down, Purdy. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. You see Purdy, he's going to shift him around. A first carry for Elijah Mitchell. And 3 yards there, takes him to the 45.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Here comes third and the length of the football. Another run, this time McCaffrey. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. Give him the third down conversion, 5-yard. On the play.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. That's a good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5. The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 19 carries, 108 for the yardage, and the score, too.
But they set a nice tone in week 1. He's among the leading rushers in the league. I think that they continue to feed him the football and continue to establish the running game so they can get the play action and throw the ball deep later on.
And now a fake on the jet sweep, and instead they'll give it to McCaffrey. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually,
it's caught at the 10. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, his first. Touchdown here of the new campaign. And the 49ers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Jake Moody now for the point after. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. That time a 9-play drive. And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception. 7-0 is our score. Ready for the dynamic kickoff as this one's away. Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 39 yards there. A big one.
Usually in this spot, you'd hear an offensive coordinator saying, don't feel like you've got to get this all back at once. But here, they give up the opening touchdown and say, no time like the present to show what we can do too. And that's big yardage on their initial play from scrimmage.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll work this for. For about 3 at second down. The numbers on the ground for Jones last week: 14 carries, 123 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, they set a nice tone in week 1. He's among the leading rushers in the league. I think that they continue to feed him the football and continue to establish the running game so they can get the play action and throw the ball deep later on.
Again, it's Jones. And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 27. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position end up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
That one goes for 8 yards. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Now the Iowa State product, it's Kene Nwangu. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line. Back to Nwangu again on 1st down. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Kene Nwangu, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And Hill will opt for the touchback. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complementary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Out of the gun, Purdy. Connects with Kittle underneath. Even with that broken tackle, can't go very far. Stops short of the 30. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. Now, they're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked 3rd in the NFL against the pass.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Yeah, this pass broke. Up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
And another good game here as the numbers show. We had a rare meeting with the entire offensive line this week. They were pretty ecstatic. Well, they should be ecstatic again.
And we had that meeting with them because of how they played last week. I thought it was your idea. It was brilliant to say, let's bring the big guys
You're so
in.
kind.
Well, it was true. Let's talk to the guys. How did they pull that off? Because they were so productive. No real problems in getting to the offensive backfield. They were getting downfield, getting the second, third level, creating extra blocks. We're seeing that again this week. They are really locked in. So credit to them, but also a big credit to the offensive line coach because he's got to feel great about what he's prepared.
Absolutely.
Here's 2nd and 10. Play action. Here's Hurts. Open man is Waddle, complete. And he will finally be escorted out of bounds down inside the 35.
A big play there for Minnesota. 42 yards.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just have receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 5.
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. The Vikings at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. That's going to be caught. And the Vikings are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. He was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
Jones is in. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in Week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
And Hill will opt for the touchback.
The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So no gain on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
A second down throw for Purdy. Got a man.
And it's a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Charles, we get a look there at the draft class for this offense. What do you make of it?
Well, overall, I like the balance of the guys that they selected, because to me, they got a few guys who can step in and play right away, which is exactly what you want. But they also drafted for the future as well. They've got some guys who might need a year or 2 on the practice squad, so then we'll find out if they can actually play.
And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, then maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And Hill will opt for the touchback.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to... back out on the field to start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it 2nd down and 11.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers.
And a substantial run there by McCaffrey, and the reigning offensive player of the year is coming off the season where he totaled over 2,000 yards from scrimmage for the 2nd time in his career. He truly can do it all.
There's Purdy on 1st and 10. Connects with Kittle underneath.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 42 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, In addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And Mitchell going to have a 49ers first down as the tackle made down at the 33. Purdy from the gun. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Purdy to throw it on first down. This caught by Latu, the tight end. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now Purdy, he's going to change the look here. Now an option play on 2nd down. And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed. They'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. Throwing here, Purdy. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Again, McCaffrey. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal. That would give to the big fullback Juszczyk. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Kyle Juszczyk. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score. And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with a fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah, force. And now it's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points. Well, I think there was a lot of surprise from the kicking team there. After the block, they kind of froze and then realized, oh, wait, they can return this. And they returned it all the way.
And you know why they froze? Not often do you get that second sound, right? There's the kick, you hear that, and then there's that second thud when there's a block. That's when people freeze and they have to realize where the ball is. They picked it up and took it the other way.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. From the shotgun to give to Jones. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. An inside give to Jones. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Aaron Jones, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now stands at 13. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. And Hill will opt for the touchback. Christian McCaffrey and his 49er teammates back onto the field. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen, put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Purdy looking to throw on first down here. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle from 17 yards out. And the Niners have got it back to within a score. Extra point try now for Moody. And this is blocked. The Vikings have got it. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way into the end zone, and that's 2 points. That is a play that you just do not see very often. Maybe a couple times a year, the blocked extra point return for 2.
You can't afford to give anyone a free run at the kicker. Oftentimes, he's going to bounce off his hands or chest and head the other direction.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Here's a tap forward by McCarthy on the touch pass. Justin Jefferson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And that goes for a gain of 31. So that one just a little touch pass, but it paid off quite handsomely.
Yeah, and let's face it, the quarterback loves it because it pads his stats as a completed pass for nice yardage downfield. But I like the way they get the receiver in motion. It's almost like he's running a route before he gets the football because he's got a full head of steam when the ball is popped in his direction.
Second down at 6 now from the 42. Up the middle, Jones. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 102 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Here's 2nd and 3. Hurts. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 14. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
On the carry, this is Myles Gaskin.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. 9-yard line, 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Gaskin.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Tip Ryman.
His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And Hill will opt for the touchback.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. Now, he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Back to throw, Purdy.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Purdy will look to throw again here.
Connects with Kittle underneath. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
On first down, it's Purdy. That's complete out left to Ayuk.
Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Purdy will set up to throw it here.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Purdy looking to throw. Looking for the out route. He's got it. Complete to Kittle.
And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
They go play action here. Purdy.
And he hauls it in.
in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Juwan Jennings in the final seconds of the first half. And the 49ers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Now Moody for the PAT. And it's blocked. And the Vikings have got it. Taking it right down Broadway. And he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points. Well, I think there was a lot of surprise from the kicking team there. After the block, they kind of froze and then realized, oh, wait, they can return this, and they returned it all the way.
And you know why they froze? Not often do you get that second sound, right? There's the kick, you hear that, and then there's that second thud when there's a block. That's when people freeze and they have to realize where the ball is. They picked it up and took it the other way.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. This to the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. In motion goes the tight end. A final shot before break. McCarthy. That one complete till again. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful...
Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Now come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. From the 33, here's a 2nd and 8. Up the middle, Gasket. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Throwing is Hurts. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Right back to him on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Now a handoff to Chandler. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throws out left. It's caught by Williams. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. Up the middle, Nwangu. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal. On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. And Hurts going to move him around. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota.
It's about that time.
Tip Ryman, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And Hill will opt for the touchback. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the 2nd half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the 2nd half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Here's Purdy. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Now they'll change things around before the snap. On first down, this is McCaffrey. Taken down at the 47-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And they'll run it here. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
Escaping the pressure right.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground.
They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down.
I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
Hurts throws taken in by Waddle.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Throwing is McCarthy. Got a man. That's Leggett.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down.
A good throw there, and this is a quarterback who's still just getting his feet wet, obviously. And by most accounts, last week played okay in the victory. But I want to know, Charles, what was your impression of his play last week?
Brandon, I think a lot of teams will be happy with okay, and early on, it's less about how many touchdowns did he throw, but did he not throw interceptions? Did he handle adversity?
And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown.
Justin Jefferson.
An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Vikings are able to add on to that lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will bump the lead up to 26. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And Hill will opt for the touchback. Christian McCaffrey and his 49. In motion, the tight end. McCarthy to throw on 1st and 10. That one complete to Liggett. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That throw right on the money from the quarterback from Michigan. It's a 1st down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Williams, the man in motion left. But 1st down, Hurts going for the deep ball. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Vikings are on their way to a 2-0 start. Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And Hill will opt for the touchback. And the 49ers settling in for their next drive. A little jet sweep to start the drive. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. In motion left comes Williams. Here's Hurts to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Niners are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little... They'll start out here with a jet sweep. Second and 7, operating from the 34. They go play action with Hurts. Open man down the field. That's Ligon. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 33 yards that time.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Aaron Jones, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Vikings continue to pour it on here in the fourth. Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And Hill will opt for the touchback. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throw left side complete. That's Williams. And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Now here's a throw that's complete, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Now 2nd and 9. Now back to throw. Throw over the middle. He finds Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Play action. Here's Hurts. This is caught by Addison. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Even with the big lead here in the fourth, it still bombs away, and frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Here's a tap forward by McCarthy on the touch pass. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Here's a tap forward by McCarthy on the touch pass. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Here's McCarthy. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Vikings, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they'll fall to 1-1. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.